I need a haircut. Don't catch you snipping enough. So, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. They made a movie based on the book. And then the guy who made the book made a book based on the making of the movie that was based on the book that he made. And I have it. Here it is. This video's been in the works for over a year now, actually. By which I mean over a year ago I came up with the idea for it, and I haven't actually done anything about it until now. And I'm basically just complaining about a movie for the sake of entertainment. So we're gonna start.
What? Oh jeez, how'd that happen?
Okay.
But I swear, he was just...
Go to bed.
So they don't believe him here when he says that Roderick tricked him, even though Roderick was making more noise than he was.
Greg!
Mom and Dad have been calling you.
Go, go, go! Mom's about to flip out. She sent me to get you while she waited. We should all be...
And also, he was probably closer to where his parents were in the house, so they probably would be able to hear him a lot better. You know, how did they not pick up on that? I don't know. They just didn't. And now the actor is basically just reading the book that this movie is based on because, oh, you gotta have the iconic first words of the book that you're basing the movie on.
Okay, first of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary.
And it's against a green screen, and he's just monologuing, and it's really plain and, like, bland, and it feels like some shitty school project. Gotta love putting other movies that the studio made in the background of other movies that the studio made. Well, not necessarily the studio, but like the company.
Okay, well, it's your fault he's still potty training.
I was just choking him.
And this scene is more of reading from the book that the movie's based on. Except, at least it's not in front of a green screen, really like plain and bland or anything. No, it's like, you know, it's actually over something that's relevant to what's being talked about, you know?
Let me just say for the record that I think middle school may be the dumbest idea ever invented.
Remember how I said Rowley wasn't middle school ready?
Of course, when you're introducing Rowley, everyone around him in the class is just normal. Except 5 seconds ago, none of them were, and you didn't want to sit next to any of them because they were all weirdos.
Idiot for the rest of the year. Idiot for the rest of the year.
But now they're not because Rowley's here, and you want to get across that he's not normal. So, okay. Whatever, that works. Sure.
Rowley.
Yes, of course, we all know Rally. Rally. Greg's little ew reaction there. I like that. That's a good reaction. Use it in your Facebook Messenger replies.
This place is an intellectual wasteland.
You girls get to jump rope. What are you doing high? Avoiding the pay. Great story. We're gonna go now.
Why is he so against just staying with this girl here? Like he seemed really against doing this physical education stuff, but now apparently this is worse.
Put your shirt on. They'll think we're on their team.
I mean, everyone's doing the same thing by the looks of it in the background, so it doesn't make a difference. Why?
Stop! Good God, man! You almost got the cheese touch.
This is a legendary moment in cinematic history.
Chirag Gupta laying on that info, laying on that backstory, laying on that history. Is he ripping a page out of his diary? I thought, isn't this supposed to be really valuable when he's rich and famous? Actually, I think I know what this is about. It might be like a page that wasn't actually in the original book. So it's like, oh, it makes sense that it's not in the book because he ripped it out in the movie. I mean, I couldn't be bothered to, like, actually look through the books. Like, I haven't read half the books.
I've told you like a billion times that guys our age say hang out, not play. Oops.
Oops. I hate that. He says it multiple times in the movie, and it's like, wow, what an excuse for shit to happen in the movie.
We'll be stuck on the cafeteria floor for the rest of middle school. Can't be the guy who eats off his lap in the cafeteria. Something's gotta change.
Wow, what a story. What a goal. Not eating off lap. I'm truly captivated by the plot here. Alright, have a look at this. We've got the van pulls up here, and then Roderick, Greg's brother, he walks out of the van, and then he talks to Greg and his friend, and then he picks up a symbol from the ground that wasn't on the ground. I'm sorry, I didn't realize, I don't remember them mentioning in the books that Roderick was a magician. But I mean, it's a movie adaptation. It is not a movie recreation of the book, so, creative liberties and all that. Yeah, Roderick is now a magician. And apparently Manny, Greg's younger brother, is also a magician because in one shot he walks off to the right, and then in the next he comes in from the left.
He's lying! He was gonna kill me because I was in his room!
And so you peed on him?
Why is she more disgusted by pee than by the notion of killing someone? I like how they got the guy to whistle to the theme of the movie, and I actually like the theme of the movie. I think it's suitable, I guess, and I like it. And why am I paying this compliments? I'm supposed to be complaining. I'm supposed to be angry. I'm supposed to be, this sucks.
Who let you into this school, Greg Heffley? I was thinking the same thing about you, Patty Farrell. You listen to me, Greg Heffley. I'm running for student council president, Greg Heffley. And I'm warning you, Greg Heffley. If you get in my way, Greg Heffley, I will beat you up just like I did in kindergarten, Greg Heffley.
So he broke some garden ornament, and that's not important at all. And it's just like, he broke a garden ornament. Wow, look at us, we're breaking things, we're reckless. Wow, look at us, we're an edgy movie, we're breaking things left and right for the sake of it. No consequence to the plot, it's just breaking things for the fun of it, because we're epic.
You only need one strap. One strap is cool.
Sorry about the inconsistency here with changing up the backdrop and all, but I'm gonna butt in here in the middle of the video to draw your attention to something very important to me. You see here, it says how to be wimpy. Sorry, how to be cool. How to be cool. It says rock both straps. That's how to be cool. Yet in the movie, he says to be cool, you have to rock one strap. But here in this poster, you have to rock both straps. Both straps. There's no consistency here. It's really disappointing. And that's all I wanted to say. Let's bring it back to the real stuff.
So I ask you, are you up for the job?
Yes!
Then welcome to Safety Patrol.
Hell yeah! Safety Patrol, that's what I'm talking about. You can truly never be too safe, and this is just great, and it's great. Yeah, wow, what a bit. What an amazing and well thought out bit. Oh, hell yeah, man. Gotta love that CGI ball. I know that this ball is CGI because it says so in this book, but you can also tell by looking at the movie. Here's the page with the CGI ball. Look at him, he's about to throw the ball, and look, he's against the blue screen because the neighborhood isn't actually real. And that's also kind of obvious by the look of the movie. But it says so here. Wow, the secret is revealed. There was wrestling earlier in the movie. There was wrestling earlier in the movie. There was a newspaper thing. You saw it in the movie, but you can also read the article if you buy this book. Go buy it. It is great. There are 3 of them, all of which are basically the same except with a little extra for the subsequent movies, which I will be doing videos on, each of those other Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. So I hope to see you on those videos. Anyway, let's continue on with this movie instead of doing some fucking self-promotion. Jeez.
So, how's that class favorite thing working out for you? Great.
I'll grab my stuff.
I like Zooey Mama. You know what? If you like it so much, then why don't you go do it yourself? Okay. I will.
Good man, Rowley. Good man. I wish I had the determination like this lad. Zooey Mama. Let me tell you what's going on in the movie again. So Greg breaks Rowley's arm with this CGI ball, And now Greg is the only one in safety patrol who can be walking the kindergartens. And earlier in the movie, during Halloween, Greg and Rowley damaged some teenager's car. And now Greg's walking these kindergartners in the rain, and he sees this car that looks like the teenager's car. So he's like, oh, I better hide. And what does he do? Yeah, he tries to put all the kindergartners in a hole. First of all, he does not need to hide the kindergartners from the teenagers. Second of all, he does not have the time to do this. Like, realistically speaking, he does not have the time to do this without getting seen. Third of all, he could have just hid behind the kids or just turned around so that he wasn't seen by them because he's wearing a hood because it's raining. You know? Oh yeah, he borrowed Rowley's jacket because he didn't have a jacket to walk the kindergartners in the rain, and now Rowley's gonna get framed for this, and oh, we gotta have conflict. We gotta have conflict in the movie between the best friends because it's a movie and you gotta have conflict, and that's just how it is, you know? Yeah. And blah blah blah, it's found out that it's actually Greg, and Rowley gets mad and they're not friends anymore, and now Greg's like, oh, I better show him up and see, I can get my own friend. And then, so he goes to Fregley's house. You know Fregley?
Wanna see my secret freckle?
And he's like, ooh, I better get out of here because this is actually not a good idea. And he's coming up with excuses.
You know what, Freddie? I just remembered I have an appointment. A really important appointment.
Oh yeah, what's important?
It's a homework appointment.
Homework. Homework's important. You could have said, I have a doctor's appointment. That sounds pretty important to me, but he said homework. The background's changed. Why is that? Because I took it down. Why did I take it down? Because people were coming to my room and I was like, maybe I don't want people seeing an entire wall full of Diary of a Wimpy Kid printouts and art that I made when I was 9. Anyway, I'm back to filming this video, and I was about to say that Greg is about to try out for being the most talented person because he wants to get into the yearbook, and he can do that by being a talented person. Ain't that a thing? I feel like my camera angle was slightly more this way. I'm gonna change that.
I think I knocked out my tooth.
Perhaps we should cut out some armholes.
Okay, I have a few things to say about what just happened here. How did she not see this kid in the bush playing the Nintendo DS? Why is this kid in the bush even here in the first place? Why do they need a bush to be played by an actor in the play? How did the guy who's walking and fell not even see the guy playing the DS in the bush? All of these questions will be answered to you. Tune into next week's broadcast to find the answers answered.
So, you want to go get some ice cream after? I'm sorry. We already have plans.
Look at this dude. Middle of a dance. Pulls up with a couple of ice creams. Perfect timing from Greg Heffley asking about if he wants to grab some ice cream afterwards. Presumably there's no ice cream here because he's asking if he wants to do it afterwards, which would imply that there's ice cream elsewhere, not here. So based on that, it's like, what if Greg Heffley walked up and said, hey, Rowley, do you want to play ball after this? And Rowley's new friend's like, nope. We've already got plans for that. Middle of a dance. Pulls out a basketball. Already got plans. Hey, Rowley, don't we already have plans? Yeah, man, we have plans. Anyway, he eats the cheese and the movie ends and they all live happily ever after because he gets into the yearbook like he wanted. Wow, the goal is complete. The hero's journey. What a perfect movie. I hope you guys like the printouts and fan arts I have in the background. I hope you really appreciate that shit. I hope you appreciate this collage over here. One thing I have in the background here is a printout of the Wimpy Kid Club website from when I used it one time. Leave a comment if you want to see my comic about how Rowley is trying to get Greg's shoes. I made a comic about Rowley wanting to get Greg's shoes. Yes, I will be doing a video on every other Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, so get ready for that shit.